I used to think about food like, and I'm not even joking, and I'm sure you know, 24/7. And now it's almost non-existent as far as just kind of like that food noise and like, what am I going to eat for breakfast? What am I going to eat for lunch? What am I going to do for my snacks? What am I going to eat for dinner?
Yeah.
It's not like that. I definitely wanted to address food noise, but I also had hopes of losing some weight. And I did not have those hopes until I met you and started going through process of what you teach. I may not ever hit the number I think in my head on that scale, but I am so tremendously, I don't even know the right word because nothing fits it, like so happy, so stoked, so freaking excited that I am where I am right now.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Dieting from the Inside Out. If you're new around here, welcome to the show. My name is Jared Hamilton, and I'm your host. And in today's episode, I have a very special guest. I am interviewing one of our Dieting from the Inside Out clients, Teresa, on how her last 6, 7, 8 months, I can't remember exactly the number, but 6, 7, 8 months with us has been, because everything for her has changed. And you'll get this when you hear her talk about her transformation. That's not only been from a fat loss standpoint, like she looks completely different. Her pictures are incredible. Her before and afters, all of that. But the biggest thing is she has gone from overwhelming, debilitating food noise, overeating, and couldn't be able to go on a date night with her husband without mental turmoil, to completely free around food. Literally in less than a year, she has turned her entire life around and simplified and scaled everything back as far as what she has to do, because she's a really, really busy person. And her entire life has changed in ways that she never anticipated. I even asked her, I said, hey, if I would have told you on our very first conversation, you would be on a podcast 6 months later talking about how you changed your entire life, silenced all food noise, and dropping bombs on this episode on how your life has changed, what would you tell me? She's like, I just wouldn't, I wouldn't have believed you. I've been like, okay. Well, that's what happened. And I am so excited for you to hear her story, because I bet as you listen to her talk, you're going to go, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. So I know you're going to get a lot out of this. Please stick around for the whole thing, and I will talk to you in just a second. For you, talk a little bit about where things were at with your situation before joining the program. That way everyone kind of has an idea of like the before, if you will.
Okay, yeah. So I've struggled with, and I didn't even know it was called food noise until I did, more research. Actually, even just the research didn't even tell me it was food noise. It was more, I did get a coach, and then just started kind of learning the vernacular of this whole process. But prior to that, I had done a lot of research and kind of figured out, I just call it a food addiction because it is very much like an addiction. And so realized like, I'd been struggling with this for a long time, and I'd do really well. And then, I would just like be at wit's end and cry, on my husband's shoulders, and then I'd be good for a long period of time. But with that, kind of doing research and realize that it was something from childhood, or, things from childhood. Because I always kind of denied that. Because, like, I had a great childhood and I have a great, life. I mean, my life's, like, amazing. But then after just kind of doing that research, it's like, okay, it is something, from childhood, that you pick up these coping mechanisms and they're good at the time. And like you said, but now those don't serve you anymore. And so anyway, so I got this coach, and she taught me a lot of things, and then we kind of ended that relationship in terms of like, okay, I kind of went as far as I could with her, but I wasn't, I'll just say, cured.
Sure.
It just is like starting a project but never completing it, was what it felt like to me, without me really knowing, like, okay, is this the end of it? And in some sense that was depressing to me, because I felt like I'm not even where I want to be. Like, it's been helpful, but the process stopped, and now what? And is this what the rest of my life's going to be? And
yeah,
it's like, And then somehow, I don't even know now at this point, but maybe if you remember from our first conversation, but somehow you popped into my email because I had never watched any of your podcasts or seen you on
Interesting.
the internet or anything like that. Somehow you must have just popped into my. Oh no! Now I remember. I'm on this other Facebook group, and someone had asked a question, and they said, "Oh, have you seen Jared Hamilton's?" And it's like, so I just Googled you, and it's like, oh,
Mm,
this is interesting. And so
yeah.
you were kind of offering your I don't even know what you call it, your private collection or whatever. And so then that's when we hopped on a phone call and talked, and we thought it was a good fit. So fast forward, I don't even know how long I've been with you. Over 6 months.
Yeah, 6, 7 months, something like that.
Yeah, which is amazing because if you think about it, it's like, how long do you follow a diet generally? I don't even know what the average is, but I bet it's only about 2 weeks, if that.
Literally. Yeah.
And to think about, I've been doing this for over 6 months and I'm still doing it. It's like amazing. So I think
Mm.
what you did, well, am I getting ahead?
No, this is great. This is great. This is perfect. Keep going. This is perfect.
So I think what you did was you were that extra piece. You were that, do you want to, like when you buy something, do you want to buy the extra warranty?
Sure.
It's like, yeah, I want to buy the extra warranty
Yeah.
in this case because it was, you brought everything kind of full circle of what I had learned or was learning, but you brought me to the next step.
Mm.
And as well as, like, literally just gave me hope.
Mm.
Because, like I said, it's like, is this my life now from now on? Like, I gained like 10 to 15 pounds and just thought, this is normal. This is what it's going to be. And
Mm.
that's not what I wanted. I mean, I definitely wanted to address food noise, but I also had hopes of losing some weight.
Yeah.
And I did not have those hopes until I met you and started going through the process of what you teach. And that,
What g- what gave you the hope? Especially like for context. This is the hard part about if someone has a background of, let's say, some discouragement, like they invested money in a coach and it didn't work out, or they're not quite where they wanted to be, or they had a bad experience, whatever. And that taints an experience. Like if you have if you go to a restaurant and like the burger wasn't good, like I'm not looking to go back, you know?
right,
So for
exactly.
you, I see so many people that have that with this, and it breaks my heart because my life was changed by a coach, and my whole life's mission is to change people's lives in my coaching. But especially when you were feeling discouraged because the last thing didn't work out as well, it still sounded like it helped, but it left you feeling like, is this it? Like, am I stuck like this? What specifically gave you the hope of like, oh, I can get on the other side of this truly?
I think probably reading some of the testimonies of the emails that you sent out, talking with you, and you're checking me out to see where I'm at in my journey. And, I probably just the confidence that you had in, we can do this, we can change this, you can do this. And just being positive about, you want to lose weight? Yeah, you can do that. Um, you want to quiet the food noise? Yeah, you can do that. Uh, so I think just, okay, and you know me. Not everybody else out there knows me, but like my biggest thing is like I want to see that scale move,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still real hard right now not to kind of be in that mode. But you basically said you can see that scale move. Now it may not be where you want it to be, like your idea of where you think the scale should be when you go through this process may not be reality.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think through it all, you told the truth. You you check us when we're not living in reality. and you give hope that you can do what you can do what you want to do. You're successful in all these other areas. Like you said, like all these women, they're so successful in so many areas. And then in this one area, it's like, what the
You can
F?
cuss, it's fine.
It's like, so why are you not being successful here? And you're telling us we can be. We can be. You just need the right tools.
Yeah.
And so that hope of, and kind of almost like that eye-opening, like, yeah, we are successful. We run and, own and run our own businesses. We have amazing families, whatever else people measure success by. Except for in this one area. And I think the hope was like, you can be successful here. You can be. May not look like what you think it should be from the beginning because of what's in our head and what we've been basically brainwashed.
Yeah.
It may not look like that, but you can be successful in this. And so I think just that hope of, because, and I don't want to like speak bad about anybody.
Sure.
But I will just to make that contrast is with this other coach. Basically, when I first met with her, is like, because like my question is, am I going to lose weight? Because like I said, like I'm all about the scale, I'm all about the number on the scale, okay? And am I going to lose weight? And she said, you probably won't. She says, most women gain weight, some stay the same, and less of those women lose weight. That was like one of her first statements. And that was like, so from the very beginning, that was discouraging, but I still moved forward because like her story just resonated with my story. And I thought, okay, I need help. Like I knew I needed help. And so I thought, okay, well, I guess if that's the way it is, then I guess that's the way it is. But as long as I can quiet this food noise, then I've been successful. Now, maybe I'll weigh 20 pounds more and I'll have to deal with that. But if I can quiet this food noise, I'll be successful. But I found after a while, like gaining that weight was just kind of like discouraging.
Sure.
And I knew there had to be, well, I didn't know. I thought that was my life. And I was like, damn it. I'm just going to cry to my husband every once in a while when it gets too much for me to handle.
Sure.
I haven't cried to him for 6 months.
Let's go. Let's go. Get him on this podcast. That's awesome. Well, and here's my thing too, is like, again, like I think that it, like you said, it served its purpose, like what your time with her. But my thing is this, is because at the end of the day, like, yes, the food noise is a thing, but at the end of the day, most people are like, I still don't want to look or weigh what I weigh.
That's right.
Or I want the aesthetic piece to be in check. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this is why most people stay stuck, is because these are too segmented. It's like we go to the food freedom person over here, but then the moment you come to weight loss, it triggers and all the old stuff comes back. Whereas that's why whenever you said, I still want to lose weight, I go, cool, we'll just do that in stage 2.
Right. Exactly.
Where it's, for me, truly becoming free around food isn't just when you're not trying to lose weight, but it's also when you are actively wanting to increase your body composition, your athleticism, your health, whatever, because for me, they go together. But that's why I'm very upfront. I think we even talked about it on our first call. It's like, cool, well, we're not trying to lose weight in stage 1, but we'll do that in just stage 2. Like, let's get you free around food. Then we can integrate into the fat loss stage where now all of a sudden your body composition can change, the weight can drop and all this stuff. And that's exactly what's happened. It's been the coolest thing ever. So.
Yeah, it is super cool. And like I said, like from the very beginning, like, yeah, you laid it out. It's like, you're not going to lose weight at first, more than likely. We don't even address that until, stage 2. And so I think because you're not walking into it thinking you're going to either lose weight or gain weight, you know that it's a process. And so we have to get through this first stage first, then we can address this. And, I guess knowing that and thinking that this will come was always that little, light at the end of the tunnel. Like, okay, right now I'm just working on this part of myself. and then, stage two or stage, those things will come. And so it's always that hope, basically what hope, believing in the things that are unseen.
Well, I think for me, and this is the way there's my brain works when I'm doing something that I'm trying to grow through, is we just have to set the vision and the expectation. If even if the old coach said, "Hey, yeah, you're gonna gain weight, but then we're going to, after we fix this, then we're gonna get to that stuff," you would have gone, "Oh, okay." Cool.
Right.
Because if we look
Exactly.
at everything like almost in a vacuum and just the only thing here, it's like if you stare at a piece of art 2 inches from your face, you're not going to see its beauty. But that's why for me, when I'm educating and when I'm because here's my thing, as someone who has a service and runs a business and all of this, the best thing I can do is, one, it's not just getting you the result, but it's your experience, expectation, and quality of journey onward to get the result. Because I've been through stuff where, like, yeah, I got the result I wanted, but I hated every second, or my expectations were off. But expectations are everything. That's why I just lay it all out. Even if you think about it, this is kind of morbid. I always say it this way. We can even handle death if we expect it. Like in my life, several years ago, my grandpa was in pretty ill health. And so we were all like, okay, grandpa's probably not going to make it. We all had like the moment where we got the phone call, y'all should go to the hospital and
Right.
see grandpa one more time. Grandpa made it. But then my grandma went in for routine surgery and died. And all of a sudden everyone was shook
Right.
because like grandma was as healthy as a horse, but she had a routine surgery and her heart just stopped. Grandpa, we were like, okay, we've accepted it. Grandpa is
Right,
not going to make
exactly.
it. He lived. Grandma died. And all of a sudden we're like, what the fuck happened? But even death, we can handle it better when it's anticipated or expected. But that's why it's the same thing here. When I say, hey, you're not going to lose weight, and if I just left it there, everyone's like, what the fuck? But if I go, we're not going to lose weight in phase one because we have to fix this stuff, and here's why. Now let's go to here, and now let's get the weight off without food noise. And now it's like, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's the way I at least kind of view it.
Yep, exactly. And you mentioned a word in there, quality. And that's so true. Just in terms of, like I said, like how long does a person average stay on a diet? And, we've been doing this for 6+ months. That's quality right there. Like thinking that if you if you think about the time that you spend doing things and working through things and trying to stick to things and whatever, and think like, oh my God, like 6-7 months have just flown by,
Yeah.
and I'm still doing that thing. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. It's like, it's like, I mean, I hate to say, it sounds kind of corny. Time flies when you're having fun. It's in things, it's excruciatingly long when you're not. It's like
Yeah,
the longest,
3 days of dieting and restricting is like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
yeah.
I'm gonna kill someone.
I've always heard the longest minute of your life is either in a plank or you're on the wrong side of the bathroom door. It's like, hurry up. But all of a sudden, if you're with your friends and you're doing your stuff and you're making progress and you're kicking ass, like an hour goes by like that.
Right.
And in your case, like 6, 7, 8 months are like,
Yep.
when did that happen? Oh, I guess I don't think about food anymore. That's the crazy thing with this. And I think you and I were talking about it is, and it makes sometimes hard to quantify progress with this, is because as you heal through your relationship with food, you forget about it. Right. So like, I want to stop thinking about food all day. Oh, I forgot I used to think about food. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's almost like you forget how good you're doing. So.
That's true. That's very true. Because sometimes they're just like, oh my God, like I would have done that before, or it might even be 3 days later. It's like, oh wow, that didn't even tempt me, or
Yeah.
it didn't even cross my mind. Like I used to think about food, like, and I'm not even joking, and I'm sure 24/7 in my brain. And now it's almost non-existent. I mean, because we're tracking and all that kind of
Sure.
stuff, it is a little bit more upfront. But as far as just kind of like that food noise and like, what am I going to eat for breakfast? What am I going to eat for lunch? What am I going to do for my snacks? What am I going to eat for dinner? What if I eat too much? What if I don't eat enough? What's my sale? Like boom, 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 all day long.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
I'm curious for you from your perspective. I have my own theory, but what made the difference for you? Like, especially like with the other coach, you had some stuff she had you do, but then here it's like a whole different level. And like you said, it just completed everything. What do you believe made the difference for you that shut all this off?
Wow, that's
I can go into a psychology lesson on why, because like I have the reasons, but I'm curious from your
Right.
perspective if you have it, and if you don't know, that's okay too. You're like, I don't know,
Right.
just
Let
one day I
me,
woke
let
up and I'm
me,
not.
let me take a second to think about it,
You're
and I might
good.
just talk through out loud through it.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
what made the difference? I think again that hope, and then just the processes that you have in place. Those were huge because, like I said, it kind of took what I was already learning to the next step, like the door frame method or the gas station. What's it called? Gas
Method,
station.
new method.
Okay, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
stop for some
No,
reason,
you're
but
good.
because like yeah, have those things that you crave, eat those every day because that's part of the process. But you took that a step further and said, 200 to 300 calories, one thing, go to the gas station, purchase it, get home, enjoy it. Next day, same thing.
Yep.
And it put a limit on it, and you still got to enjoy it. When it was done, and it was over. And you knew, like, probably when you're getting to the last of it, like, I'm enjoying those last three morsels like the most because you knew, like, tomorrow you get to do it all over again.
All over again. No scarcity.
Whereas that's right. Whereas before it's like, oh yeah, that big thing of chocolate covered almonds that you bought for your husband at Costco. Yeah, just go get a handful. Enjoy
Yeah.
it. Well, 2 hours later, I'm getting another handful enjoying it. And 2 hours later, I'm getting another handful enjoying it. And pretty soon, you've gained 5 pounds. So I think you take those things that I was starting to learn and you put more structure to it. And a structure that I'm like a copious note taker. And I live by
Oh,
my
I know
calendar.
it.
And everything. But if it's not on my calendar, it's not going to happen. So I think for that kind of person, at least for me, it really helped to have something very definable.
Yeah.
Like I can't just take that whole big Costco thingy and say I'm going to take one handful. I mean, that's our problem, right?
Sure.
But having that gas station method that was very definable, very structured, that I can live with.
I
I
love
can't
that.
make a mistake with it.
That's the key because when it comes to all of this, that is the magic piece. Is because when people say, "Well, of course, if I could have my single serving in moderation, I wouldn't be having a conversation with you."
Right.
And that's exactly. But we have to get your brain. This is where most people don't understand. There's some deep neuroscience in this. Whereas I have to get your brain. Because this is forced rewiring. Because part of your brain says, I cannot have self-control. So I'm going to prove to your brain you have self-control. And that's why the gas station method works so well, is because we're not having anything at the house that you could easily, whoops, I binged again, because that's another step in the wrong direction. So I go, okay, that's why when I founded this, I go, how can I get people to start to eat in moderation where it's impossible to fail? I go, oh, they go out, buy the thing, bring it home. And then they eat it. But because here's the cool part, Teresa, is your brain doesn't know the whole container's not there. Because the belief that we have to break is we cannot control ourselves. We cannot have just one. Your brain doesn't know the whole pack of Oreos isn't at the house. You went and bought 2 Oreos or the donut or whatever, bring it home, eat it, and enjoy it. And then all of a sudden, your brain goes, wait, we had just one. We never have just one. How did that happen? But then you do it, like you said, again and again and again and again and again. And then all of a sudden you lose weight, your brain rewires. And it's the coolest thing to watch, like from on the outside. So
Yeah.
for
So what
you,
was the original question?
no, you're good. I was curious what made the difference for you, like from your perspective. And that was a great answer. The frameworks, the systems, losing the restriction, all of these kind of things.
Right.
So
Yeah. Definitely the frameworks and just having something solid to work with every single day.
yeah, 100%. For you, what hesitations came up or doubts did you have before signing up? I'm curious.
Well, that you were real.
Fair. That's fair.
Because, there's
Yeah.
lots of things out there.
Sure.
I mean, just look at, it was this is totally a side note, so you might want to edit this out.
You're good.
With the GLPs. And now ads that I see wherever, I mean, I'm not into GLPs at all, but now it's like, oh, GLP hair loss, here's a product to help that. I'm thinking, I've never seen a product for hair loss. I mean, besides maybe old men or whatever.
Right.
Now all of a sudden you're selling me a GLP for hair loss. If you're
Not me,
GLPs.
some random ad.
Right. So it's like, so why is that? And so I think like the same way, obviously there's lots of people out there who are, not genuine or, maybe they do have something that's good, but, it's not complete or whatever. So I think that was definitely a big hesitation that, is this going to work?
Yeah. What overcame that? Like how, like, cause that's very legitimate. I mean, that's the thing. Anyone can make a social media account. Anyone can make claims or whatever. So for you, what overcame that? I
think just doing the process, I spoke with you and I still was kind of hesitant, but thought, okay, what is there to lose besides a few bucks? Seriously. And, if you have a problem or an issue or whatever, I mean, if you can get away with only throwing money at something, that's not bad.
Yeah.
To see if it's going to work. So I was willing to throw some money at it, thinking like, I still need help. Like, I still don't want to live, the rest of my life out in this mindset every single day. Because it's an every single day thing. Like, it's all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't want to live. It's not like once a year I got to deal with it. Okay, then I'll deal with it.
Sure.
But this is every day. So I think after our initial phone call and let's start, and like immediately, probably within the first week, I mean, just some eye openers, some probably thought processes that were broken. I'll say one of the things, because it's coming to my mind right now, is like exercise. And when you guys said 4 days, I'm thinking like, what? Only 4 days of exercise? Like,
some do even less than that. Some only do 2.
Yeah. And it's like, what? Because who promotes on the internet only 4 days of exercise? Like, seriously, 5 to 6 days, you got to have 1 day of rest and 30 minutes to an hour. And it's like 4 days. Like, I actually thought there ain't no way. There ain't no way. But you know what? I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with it. I'm going to only do 4 days. And I'm going to just follow the program. Like, because I do Beachbody, as you know.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm not even going to I'm going to do exactly what you give me. Exactly what you give me. No more, no less, whatever. If it says 3 reps at 15 pounds, that's what I'm doing, or whatever.
Yep.
And, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Seriously. And we've talked about progress photos. I mean, amazing. Like, only 4 days of exercise. And sometimes I can't even fit in the 4 days. 30 minutes, like 20 to 30 minutes. And that's even with a minute, like seriously, a whole minute rest between each rep or set or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So that means half the time you're not even exercising. 20 to 30 minutes.
Yep.
I'm going to do this for the rest of my life because it's so easy.
That's the magic. And you said, because here's the thing, you literally, it just came out of your mouth. You said, I can do this the rest of my life. I go, that's why, when people say, hey, Jared, how can you create results that never leave? I go, and it's this, the plan is so simple, so doable. We fix the root, all that stuff. This is why, is because if someone can't conceptually go, I could do this for the rest of my life, right, we need to scale back. It's too much. I always compare, this should be like the vibe of teeth brushing. Case in point.
That's so true. Exactly. So, yeah. And sometimes I only do 3. And it's like I can't feel guilty about it. It's like, hey, Teresa, that's okay. If you only get 2 done this week, that's you so I'm talking to myself. I've seen the results.
Yeah.
You can get by with exercising 4 days a week or less if you need to, if your schedule, gets in the way, which usually it does. And half that time is resting.
Literally. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
So,
telling you, most people, when they hit what I call their stride in stage 2, most of the time, Grant and I get a message that says something along the lines of, I feel like I should be doing more. I feel like I should be eating less. I feel like this should be harder. This is too easy. And I go, actually, this is how it's supposed to be. You've just been brainwashed that diet culture makes it a suffering contest. But
right.
but that's the cool part is most people say those things while they're experiencing what you are. They have no food noise. They are experiencing arguably effortless fat loss. They say it's too easy. Meanwhile, they're getting the best and most fast results they ever have in their history of this journey. So my thing is, let's not fuck that up. Let's just keep it going. Like, I don't believe in fixing what's not broken. Like, if you can get away with only working out 4 days a week at 30 minutes, like, why add more? Why make it more of a big thing? That's just going to affect your sustainability. If we can always pull levers later, but like, let's see if we even have to,
Exactly. Yes, I love that mentality for sure. It's like, let's just start here if we need to change things up. And I think that was the other thing too I saw. I mean, the community that we have here on the collective is amazing, because we're all struggling with the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, what was your win this week? What was your win this week? And people have wins that are amazing. And I think to the individual, they seem like this big of a win. But they're such a huge win. Something this small to us, it's such a huge win.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to celebrate those, what we think is little wins. We need to celebrate those because they're huge. Because just like when you're turning the page in the book,
Yeah.
I only read like one single little page, and then I read 2 pages, and pretty soon the pages on this side of the book are this thick, and you only have this much more to read.
Yeah.
And that's the same with our wins. Win. Pretty soon we have this many wins stacked on our side.
Mm-hmm. Here's the other thing it does too, is when someone else celebrates something that you would have discounted, something inside of you goes, oh, if it's worth celebrating for them, it's worth celebrating for me. Like, let's say, for example, let's say all of a sudden you're like, oh, my shorts don't fit as tight. But I haven't lost any weight yet. And you just discount that. But then you see someone else when they share when they're like, my shorts that used to be super tight don't fit as tight. Oh my gosh, my life is changing. Part of you, even if you aren't aware, goes, she celebrated that. And you would never discount her, discourage her. So part of you automatically, unconsciously accepts it that you're like, I'm experiencing that. And I actually discounted it. So I guess it counts for me too. And that happens, but every single week, every single call, every single check-in, every single communication, every single whatever. And then before you know it, your brain is like seeking out, where are we winning? And then all of a sudden you reach this moment where you're like, this is easy. I've never thrived this much. Wait, it's already been over 6 months. Holy shit. I haven't lasted 6 days. And like, that's why this all compounds, because it's working with your brain now. So
it's true. And weight, that number on the scale, is not so important anymore. I mean, and I still struggle with that because it's like, it is a big thing in my life for sure. But I am learning that number is, like you said, it's only one metric.
Yeah.
And there's so many more important things here, like the food noise, how you approach food, what to do in a situation when Thanksgiving is coming up and you're going over to your in-laws, there's going to be a ton of food. Like, just having those tools to enjoy every single day life and not panicking that, oh my God, my husband wants to go out for dinner or go out for pizza, or I'm going over to, we're going to have 3 Thanksgivings because of family in town. You can just cool.
Yeah. You can enjoy your life. You get your life back is what you do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. And you don't have to stress. You don't have to diet 3 days beforehand so you can eat Thanksgiving
Right.
dinner. I mean, it's huge, but it takes it takes time to work through those things because I get my mind still keeps kind of
Yeah.
like you want to go backwards, and it's like nope, no. And I think that's why the community, the daily check-ins, the phone calls, the just that process of having that in front of you to remind you
Yeah.
you don't have to live this way. You
That's so good.
don't have to live this way. You can have all of it and be successful.
Here, and then on top of it, like even if like it's like I always say, like the scale is it may not always show what your ego wants it to be, but like here's the cool thing: on paper, your fat loss progress has been undeniable. Your pictures are like, holy shit! Like on our last call, we talked about them. Like like that's the cool part is it's been all of this while body fat just like drips off of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you want to deny it. Like I'm looking at my pictures, my first two, it's like, okay. There's hardly any difference there. And then even less difference, and I probably see a difference between the first two because I can say, hey, I lost some weight. And then my second to my third, and it's like 1 pound change. It's like, Teresa, what are you doing? You're not even being successful. You're not having any wins here. You're doing the process and you're doing well at it and you are learning, but like what you really want is not happening. and I'm blind. Like I'm blind to my pictures, like right in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm blind. And then Grant says, oh yeah, I see this and this and this. It's like, what? You do? Like, no, you don't. And so I literally had to like take my pictures and my front, back, and put them all together, blow them up so I can see, put my glasses on. And it's like, oh, maybe he's right.
Yeah. But this is the thing, though. This is why most people struggle for their whole life. When you are experiencing everything you want, food noise going away, calories high, effortlessly enjoying date night again, not stressing about the holidays, and fat loss. On paper, body fat is leaving you. More tone, more definition, flatter stomach. And the brain is still like, no, something's wrong. Let's fucking be all or nothing people and throw in the towel. This is why. If someone were to say, Jared, why do most people struggle their whole life with this? I goes, because they never escape their old patterns. Because these patterns run rampant unconsciously. It's like it's like an evil twin that attacks you in your sleep. You can't even fight back. So this is why the solution is we have to diet from the inside out first before we diet for real and fix this stuff here. Then once we get it all fixed, now we go into weight loss with the right mentality now and approach and being prepared and all that stuff. So this is beautiful. And also, because I know people are going to ask and they're like, well, I'm too old. I'm over 40. How old are you?
I'm 62.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. One is you don't look 62, but also people tell me every day, they go, oh, I'm 45. It's too late for me. I'm like, would you tell that? Well, then what about Teresa? What about Sarah? What about Kat?
Right.
What about...
I know, 62. And I mean, obviously as women getting older, you tend to lose body muscle.
Yeah.
And, you probably tend to gain weight. And even society says that. Like it's such a brainwash, like, oh, you need to just be happy. You can do things because you're getting older and you just can't help the way your body looks. And yeah, I mean, and to some extent that is true, but to some extent that is total brainwashing.
Yep.
Total brainwashing. And again, like I may not ever hit the number I think in my head on that scale, but I am so tremendously, I don't even know the right word because nothing fits it, like so happy, so stoked, so like freaking excited that I am where I am right now, and knowing that all those were lies. They're lies.
We get what we accept.
Yes.
And, this is the crazy part is like some people think this is airy-fairy, like it's so tactical. Like if we think about it, the placebo effect in medicine is an actual effect. If you believe one thing, Like we all know we can think ourselves into having a temperature. What do you ever call it? Like
Oh, right. Yep.
yeah, like you can think yourself
Fever,
into getting sick. You can think yourself into like literally vomiting. You can think yourself into having a fever, all these different things. It's because our minds are powerful and it sets these internal thermostats on us. So if you're like, I'm too old, I'm too far gone, it's too late for me, your nervous system literally goes, okay. And then your brain, which is this wild supercomputer, goes, all right, we'll find evidence to support that.
Right. That's why I think like before it's like, oh, most women gain weight. And I literally just thought, well, that's going to be me because that's what I do. I gain weight. And I did. I mean, and I just thought that's it. This is what my life's going to be, and who knows when it's going to stop. But,
Sure.
and that's why, meeting you and just being, we can do this, you can do this, here's what you need to do, and here's the process, and it was like such little baby steps.
Yeah.
Seriously, such tiny little baby steps. And just like the book or the winds, those baby steps are huge. When the more you walk those baby steps, you've walked 20
Yeah, right.
miles.
Yeah.
Whereas before, you just could barely get 10 feet.
Right. Well, most people though. This is where a lot of people go wrong is when they're trying this on their own because they're listening to diet culture and just societal stuff. They feel like the baby steps aren't enough, so they make strides. They make huge jumps and huge things, and then they wonder why they last 14
Yes.
or let's say 6 days, let alone like 6 months, 7 months,
That's
8 months, all
right.
these. So I think part of it is being willing to do it in such a drastically different way, which is actually scaling back, taking less steps, making much more bite-sized pieces. But again, at the end of the day, one of the biggest objections I hear when people are like not so sure if they want to look into this is they're like, I'm afraid it'll be too overwhelming. I'm afraid my life is too busy. When in reality, like we're scaling back to meet people there. To make
Yep.
make the rest of your life the main thing, not dieting be the main thing, and then the
Right.
rest of your life on the back burner.
And that is super cool. Like just talking about people being busy. I mean, everybody's busy these days. And, if you're running your own business, which I do, like it's busy, especially holidays, weddings, summers, corporate, like it is busy. And then I have 4 children and, a husband to take care of.
That's right.
So I'm not retired by any
Yeah.
concept, and I'm still doing this. And, sometimes I do less with my daily program, and sometimes I do it all. Very rarely do I do it all, but that's okay.
Oh, so you're not perfect, is what you're saying.
I will be the first to admit I'm not perfect.
That's awesome.
Maybe my husband will be the first to admit I'm not perfect. Yeah. So I think that, yeah, anybody can, I don't want to call it follow this program because that just seems so impersonal, and it's not. You guys delve into our lives, you get to know us, you personalize things for us. Just like, okay, so talk about not doing everything every day. Last we spoke, I was like, man, I just never get to those PM things and the reflections. And so, because there's an AM and a PM reflection for everybody else. And then, so, okay, I literally just opened up my AM reflection. There's no PMs. I noticed that for a while, but I just haven't opened them up yet. And then so I don't know if you read my answers, but I think it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I'm standing up because I always try to do it right before I'm exercising. Because okay, take 2 minutes, do this. And it's like, oh my God, they changed up my questions. Personalize them for me and my struggles and what I was going through. And it was like, wow, this is super cool. I literally had to sit down to answer them.
Wow, let's go. Let's go. I love that. Yeah, 100%. Because that's the thing is during the process like that, if we find out something's like, that doesn't fit as well, let's change it. That's
right.
kind of a problem. Let's change it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I love that. So I want to let everybody know, like, like you guys will personalize it to fit us, to fit our issues, our problems, our lifestyle, our schedule. Like you said, that there's someone who only exercises twice a week because that's what they get in, and then that's what they see on their daily. And
Yeah.
so even with that, there's no guilt
Yep.
because there's not like exercise today, 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 today. It's like exercise here and exercise here. You complete those, boom, cross it off your list. You've been successful. There's a win.
This is great. This is awesome. I'm curious. Let me ask you this. For you, how has this transformation for you inside and outside affected things in other areas? So like you talked about, like you're able to effortlessly go on date night with your husband now, whereas before you'd panic. So how has this affected other areas in your life outside of just like weight loss?
Probably for me, the biggest thing is just, when someone mentions going out to eat, or like literally it would just, it's like, nope. And I would never say no because I'm a yes girl. So, but it's like, but you don't want to show the turmoil that is like literally just churning inside your gut because you don't want to say no. And I never would. And so you'd go out to eat and, the process, I'm sure if you are a food addict, you know the process without saying it. And then guilt and all that, that goes into that afterwards. And now it's like, cool, let's go out to eat. And then, you have frameworks in place. So you don't have to feel guilty before, you don't have to feel guilty during, and you don't have to feel guilty afterwards. And there's no churning in your gut. I mean, because you have frameworks in place. It's like writing up a business plan.
Yeah.
You have frameworks in place that you follow, and sometimes you may not follow them, but then you hop right back on. As soon as you can, you get right back on it. And one day is not going to kill you. One day is not going to, take 6 months of your
Right.
work and demolish it. It's just not going to. And I think it's good for all of us to hear those things.
Yeah.
Because in our mind, we think one day is going to demolish us, and then we throw it all out the window. But it doesn't.
Yeah,
And that's
100%.
cool. So I think the biggest thing is going over to someone's house to eat, which is usually a celebration. So there's a shit ton of food, and then going out to eat. I think that's one of the biggest things. And then the second thing is just being able to, like, with my husband, because he's just got some issues with his health and stuff, but applying the same things that I'm learning here to his situation and being able to explain it and talk about it. And that's been super interesting. And so I think like just being able to help others is the other huge thing, because I've gained so much knowledge. I have concrete things and frameworks in place that I can help you.
Yeah.
Like I can share my experience, or if you tell me something, I can say, hey, well, this is what's working for me and whatever. So I think, if that's answering your question.
Yeah, totally.
I don't even know like what that would be called.
No, that's beautiful, because here's the thing. The reason you can do that is because it's who you are now. There's a lot of people, like, you ever see, like, let's say, I don't know, someone's watching a football game and they're like, oh, what's he doing? I would have done this. Meanwhile, they've never put on a football helmet and like gotten on a field. Like everyone's the couch quarterback, right? Where they're like, oh, well, I would have done
Try
this.
to run in that gear.
Right. But the difference is you're not doing that. The reason you're able to have these conversations with your friends and your husband and things like that is because you are in the front lines. You are like, no. I was doing this. This is what I'm doing now. Here's why this works. Because doing and being, it's who you are now. It's like, it's the same kind of thing. So this is the beautiful part of this and why it can help so many people, because no one can teach what they don't know. Right. Like people will be like, Jared, how do I build? They're like, you run a business. How do I build my gym? I go, I've never ran a gym. I can show you how to build an online coaching company. That's all I've ever built. I don't know how to run a brick and mortar. Like there's so many more things that I can make a post and 1 million people see it. if a million people sees the coffee shop, like it doesn't help them at all. Like when
Right,
everyone's in like
exactly. Yeah,
5 states
and being
away.
successful. So I can
Right.
say, I mean, like, my words have backing.
Yes. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm curious for you as we like wrapping up, what would you tell someone right now who's listening that's like on the fence about joining the program?
What's Nike's tagline? Just do
Just
it.
do it.
Just do it. I mean, like I said at the beginning, it's like if you can throw, like I've always told my girls, it's like if we can throw some money at it and fix a problem, we will, like
Yeah.
that's like so easy. So yeah, just do it because you're gonna know. Let me word this correctly. You're gonna know right away if it's
Yeah.
working for you, and I will say it will work for you. It's going to work for you because, well, I guess like I'm proof of it. You,
Yeah.
I'm sure, have like your testimonies from other women.
For
You
days.
have proof
Yeah.
because, like you said, like with my age and being a woman, and so many things that kind of counteract what society thinks we should be, look like, all those kind of things, and you have nothing to lose and everything to gain, basically.
I
That's
love that.
what it comes down to. You have nothing to lose by jumping in, and you have everything to gain, which is basically living life to the fullest from here on out.
You know, it's interesting. I think when you said like, what's the worst that can happen? You lose some money. Like just that's how we do with everything else. Let's just throw money at it and fix the problem. I think people forget how because most people go, well, I could lose my money. That's a risk. Like that's what comes up. But like, I don't think people realize how much is at risk staying in the state
That's
that they're
right.
in.
Exactly.
Like we'll throw money and waste money on so much shit. Well, it's that does stuff that doesn't matter. Like it's nothing to spend a few $100s on a weekend at the bar or on
That's right.
wine
And it's
or
like temporary gratification.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
your entire life.
yeah,
Whether you're 60, 40, 30, whatever, like this is years of gratification,
yeah,
of happiness. Not just a weekend of debauchery.
right. But I think a lot of people don't think about how risky. Like imagine like the risk of for those that struggle with this food stuff and all these issues, the amount of memories they're missing out on, the amount of times with their family, the amount of date nights they're not present for, the amount of Christmas mornings they're not watching their kids, they're looking at the cinnamon rolls, the amount of money in the future they're wasting by doing other quick fix program. Like all of this stuff, I don't think people realize how much is actually at stake staying stuck.
Yeah.
Versus like, let's just put ourselves out there and give this an actual go.
Right. And with all of that too, just the emotional side of it all.
Yeah.
Like just the depression, the downward spiral, the kind of like beating yourself up every single day, just that whole emotional pummeling that we do every day to ourselves. It's like, what, why?
Yeah.
If you could pay someone some money so you're not getting pummeled every day, don't you want to do that? Like, hell yeah.
I think of it honestly almost like imagine like how much if you got locked in jail, like physical like jail, like how much would you pay just to get out of jail for the
Right.
rest of your life?
Yeah.
Emotional incarceration is no different.
Yes.
Physical incarceration is no different. Like on paper, how much would someone pay to like if I got locked up right now, if I got like framed for something or I don't know, pissed off the wrong person, I got locked in jail, I would literally sell everything I had just to get out because I want to see
Right.
my family. I want to experience life. I want to get out of that box. I don't view this any different. Whereas I see so many people, their life is ruined by the food noise and the relationship with food and all this stuff being stuck in their head. And I don't view it any different.
I agree. I think, the person has to, like if they're on the fence or they're questioning it, I think probably that will be in some sense, the biggest obstacle they'll have to get over.
Yeah.
And so if we can do anything is just encourage that person, just try it out. Just try it out. Because they're going to win. Like, I want to be hope in someone else. Like, you will win.
Yeah, I love it.
You're going to win. Like, you're going to be successful. Like, this is, I just, like, it's so amazing. Like, it's so amazing. Like, just to be sitting here thinking, like, yeah, I'm doing it. And it's not like I've done it. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I will continue to do it. I mean, I don't know. You can answer this question, but to me, it seems like this doesn't end. It's a lifelong journey.
It becomes who you are. The habits, the identity, the things you do, the things you don't do, the standards you have, it's like on a much more finite example, it's like brushing your teeth. But like you plan on brushing your teeth for the rest of your life because when you stop, plaque and cavities and all that nonsense happens. But if we want results that last our whole lives, we have to become someone who keeps them. It's not just we have to, yes, do some things, but we have to become the person who shows up and become this higher level from an identity side of things. But that's why we don't get what we want. We get what we are. So to get more, we have to become more. That's one of my favorite James Allen quotes. So it's one of my first books.
And it just becomes rote and just like brushing your teeth. Like you don't think about getting up and it's like you walk past your sink, it's like, yeah, brush your teeth. And that's how this becomes too. Like that food noise just stops and pretty soon, you're just, okay, you get up in the morning or whenever it is and you exercise. That's what you do. That's who you are. And, if you go out to dinner and whatever, it just becomes a part of you. And that exactly what you said, that's who you are. You're not even thinking about it anymore.
If I would have said when we first talked, hey, 6 months from now, you're going to be spitting fire on a podcast talking about how all your issues are gone in like 6-7 months from now, just wanted to throw that out there, what would you have said?
I would have been highly doubtful.
Sure.
I would have been very, very skeptical.
You're like, okay.
Right, exactly. It's like, okay, whatever, Jared.
Yeah.
Just start shooting me all these emails, but I don't know that I'm going to believe it. Because even with those two, I mean, our mind is it's so wanting to not see the truth of things.
Yeah, it's scared. The mind is scared of the very things it wants. It's why, like, on a very more surface level side, it's like the brain is like, oh, I want to love the way I look and feel. But then you love the way you look and feel. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm seen more by others. I think we should sabotage this and go back to being fat, like, or whatever. Like that's normal. Like that's how the brain works. That's why people sabotage. It's a pattern thing. The brain, the subconscious part of our brain is scared of the very thing it wants. So we start to do well. It's scary. Let's go back. But I hate it here. Let's move forward. That's scary. Let's go back to where, and it's the rest of someone's life.
Yeah, the push and the pull. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Teresa, this has been awesome. I really, really appreciate you doing this. I know this was uncomfortable in the beginning, but like the way you were going, it's like, I think you should have your own podcast. This like effortless for you. So I love it.
A short little story. So just with different things I've done in my life, I used to literally, because I was president of a catering networking thing, so I'd have to literally get up in front of people and speak, and I'd sit there and literally, like, I'd have tears. I was so petrified. And so I don't know if you've heard of Toastmasters, but a friend of mine was like, oh, you should just do Toastmasters, which I did, and I was petrified as all get out. And I still am, like, it still scares the crap out of me if I have to, like, even now. But it really did teach me a lot. And, like, at least now I don't cry. But it's like those things that we're so scared of, we can get through it and teach our brain and teach ourselves to, you know what, you can do this. And even though, like, I do still hate public speaking and all that kind of stuff, it's like, I can do it. I don't, it scares me, but it's like, it's okay. But I used to cry, literally cry.
Here's the thing. I don't consider myself, like, at least right now, like an amazing public speaker or anything. It's something that it's something I love doing, but I also know I have a lot of room for improvement on. But I can tell you, like, you act like you do this every day. Like,
Oh, well,
literally. So this is
that's
awesome.
very kind.
Yeah. So this is, of course, thank you again for doing this, Teresa.
Yep,
This has
thank
been
you.
really helpful.
Thank you for what you and Coach Grant do. I mean, it's amazing work. And I mean, maybe you do realize, but even if you do, I'm going to tell you again that literally the lives that you're changing. I mean, because this is what we live every single day. Like, this is the core part. You are changing that, and you are making us all better people because of it.
Wow.
So.
I appreciate that. Now you gotta be careful. You might be getting me emotional on here. So fine, you got me all crying now. Awesome, Teresa. Thank you once again. This has been awesome.
Thank you, Jared. Talk to you later.
All right. And we are back. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Dieting from the Inside Out. And I know if you're listening to this part and you stuck around for the whole thing, you got a lot out of this. And I'm hoping your mind was just blown and that you have gotten the same hope Teresa got around what's possible for you. Now, if you're listening to this and you're like, all right, I'm in. I want what Teresa has. I want my food noise shut off. I want my life back. I want to be happy and joyous again. I want to be able to experience the only life that I have and out of that mental incarceration. I want you to shoot me a message right now on Instagram that says DFIO, Dieting from the Inside Out, and you and I will have a quick chat to see if the exact program that Teresa went through is a good fit for you. Because at the end of the day, I only let people into the program that I know this can change their life. And so I want to know if that's you. So if this resonated with you, Teresa's story resonated, and you are the kind of person that's ready to get on the other side of this, become free around food and free in your own body, message me on Instagram at RealJaredHamilton, DFIO for Dieting from the Inside Out, and I'll see if it's a good fit. Otherwise, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much once again for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next time.